Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome to another video log. Hooray, hooray. And the reasons why I'm doing a video log are myriad, but I want to take the time to bring back a segment that I would do in these video logs very frequently. It hasn't happened in a long time. That's where I take something weird and drink it while I'm doing the video log. And this time I've got something particularly interesting, which is I got contacted recently by a new startup company, I guess you could call it. And what they're doing is they're making Nuka-Cola from the Fallout series. And at first I kind of thought it was a joke, and the person who founded this company happens to be a fan of my videos, so that's how I found out about it. So he messages me and he's like, "Hey, I'm starting up this company. Would you be interested to try some of our product?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." You know, at first I kind of thought it was a joke because I mean, you know, selling Nuka-Cola, I'm like, don't you need to get like permission and trademarks, that kind of stuff? And they said that they have, you know, already worked out with Bethesda and it's cool. They're cool with it. So one thing led to another, and they ended up sending me a bottle of the stuff here. And unfortunately, they sent 2 bottles, but one got smashed during transit, and soaked the other bottle. But now the label, as you can see, has a little bit of a post-apocalyptic feeling to it. Fortunately, I'm using a new camera, so it's not I've turned off autofocus, so you can't. If I move closer, it just gets all blurry and shit. But anyway, so it's a pretty cool little product. You can see the cap there, if I can get it in good enough focus. And I'm gonna take some time to try it out right here in front of you guys. Okay, I think it needs a bottle opener. I have a bullet bottle opener. Always by my desk. Very important to have a bottle opener with you at all times. Oh, it's pretty good. It definitely has a very distinct taste from regular cola. It's a little bit sweeter, and I happen to like it much better. So, it'd be nice to give those guys a shout out, especially considering they were nice enough to send me a bottle. And they have a website and a Facebook page set up. So if you're interested in checking out Nuka-Cola, definitely go and see them. It's a great idea, and I'm happy to be supporting him. Anyway, a couple things I wanted to talk about in this video log. One of the things is I've got a new camera, so that's why you might notice there's a new angle and things look different and so on and so forth. But actually, what happened was my boss decided that he was going to buy a new camera at work, and he's like, "We got to step up our video production, Spencer," because we're in a dealer group with 6 other dealerships, and a lot of them are starting to steal the kind of ideas that we were doing and the kind of videos that we were implementing. So Rob's like, "We got to one up these guys." So he goes out and spends a whack ton of money on a new camera, and he's like, "Here you go." And I asked him, "What are you gonna do with the old one?" And he says, "Well, do you want to buy it?" And I was like, "Okay, what will you sell it to me for?" And he sold to me for half the price that he paid for it. So it was pretty good. I'm pretty happy to have a good, decent quality video camera for pretty much the first time in my, YouTubing career or whatever, because I've always kind of used really ghetto equipment for actual filming. Like when it comes to my computer, I always went for, the best within reason, not spending like $10,000 on a computer, but really high quality stuff for the actual computer components. But for like a lot of these kind of video things, it was always really like guerrilla style. So that's kind of interesting. I'm still trying to figure out how to work it while I'm not behind the camera, because this thing has a lot of options, and it really kind of I feel like it's really necessary to have someone behind the camera operating it. It's tough to do this kind of just one-on-one video log kind of stuff with it, but still, it's very, very cool. So let's talk about where I've been, and that's I haven't been anywhere. I've been here, but I've been extremely busy because Jasmine was in town last week, and we did a bunch of wedding planning, and it was just there was so much stuff we needed to do. It was a lot of stuff jam-packed into a little period of time. It was a very time-consuming and at times very stressful. But we made a lot of progress. We set out a date, August 9th, and we've got a lot of the other particulars gathered together, like what we're going to do for food and what we're going to do for music and that kind of stuff. And by the way, if anyone is planning on being in the area on August 9th, let me know. Invitations are open to everybody, but you have to tell me whether or not you're coming, because after a certain point, we're going to say, too bad. So that's wedding planning stuff. Very, very exciting times moving forward, and you know, sooner rather than later, I'm going to be a married man. So it's I can't wait. I'm unbelievably excited for it. The last thing I want to talk about before I go was to talk about a more serious topic, and I got thinking about this really recently, actually, and I realized that I'm wearing the same suit pretty much that Rob Ford wore on Jimmy Kimmel's show recently, and I was like watching it, I'm like, wait a second, he's wearing the same thing I am. What a dick, stealing my style. Anyway, but I actually decided that I wanted to comment on a little bit of internet drama that's been happening recently, and it's nice to comment on internet drama for once. It's not my own. So I don't know if many people go to a website called The Escapist, and they happen to watch a gentleman on there named Jim Sterling, who does some interesting videos from time to time. And I watched one that he recently did about AdBlock, and like people who, you know, block ads on YouTube videos and websites and everything like that, and how people are really angry, or not people, but how content creators are really like upset that people do this, and so on and so forth. And then they started like a internet forum. They started like a blog. Well, they've always had a forum, but they started a thread in the forum about AdBlock and everything like that. And they have like a policy that you're not allowed to talk about AdBlock on the forum, or they ban you. And so a whole bunch of people on this thread got banned, and it started this whole thing that kind of spiraled out of control. And I thought I'd take some time to talk about my perspective on AdBlock, because I haven't really ever talked about it. And I personally do not use it, because I feel like if I did, I would be the biggest hypocrite in the world. But I've got like no problem with people who use AdBlock. I think I might have a different perspective if, you know, YouTube videos were my sole like source of income. But even when it was like when I was in college, and like really YouTube videos were my sole source of income, I never had a problem with people ad blocking my videos. I never worried about it. I always just thought that I wanted to come in and have fun and have other people have fun, and that's what really mattered, I guess. Especially now, as you know, I'm working full time, that these videos, they're pretty much, you know, for me and people watching, and you know, have this kind of entertainment experience where we can all get together and have fun watching a game or what have you. And when it comes to AdBlock, I mean, I know people who block YouTube videos are essentially taking money out of my pocket, but I guess I've never been a guy who's really concerned about making a lot of money. I've been concerned about making enough money to survive and live a comfortable, happy life. And once I reach that threshold, it's like making any more money beyond that it's always nice, of course. It's like, I'm not gonna say that I will like burn it or something. But it's much less important to me than being happy and having fun. And I think those are much more powerful motivators, at least for me, than having a few extra dollars in my pocket. But because this thing came up recently, I wanted to talk about it, because I hadn't really given any kind of opinion either way about it. I guess I still haven't. I guess my opinion is, I don't care if you use it. I don't care if you don't use it. Just I hope you guys have fun and are entertained while you're here on my channel. I guess I also want to talk about advertising, because I did advertise these guys a little bit. But it was definitely very nice of them to send me a bottle, and I frankly don't ever mind advertising anything that I actually like and that I enjoy. And you can't block this advertisement, so haha, take that. But it's also actually a really awesome bottle of cola. It's actually really good. But to kind of bring this discussion back around to where it started. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys got some insight into what's going on in my life and what I think about this issue that's kind of resurfaced. Well, I guess it's always been there. I just never really talked about it until now. And I hope you end up checking these guys out. And with that, this has been Joseph, Stalin, signing off for now. And you guys, take care.